Climate change poses a major threat to coffee production in Kenya. The country has experienced one of its worst droughts, which is causing the coffee berries to dry up. In our next report, we look at how, for most coffee farmers in Kenya, efforts to mitigate the impact is turning out to be costly and time-consuming. Take a look.
Climate change has led to unpredictable weather patterns, which have affected coffee production in most parts of Africa, including Kenya. Kenya grows mainly Arabica coffee. When coffee plants suffer prolonged periods of inadequate rainfall and drought, the leaves fall off, leaving the plant unproductive and vulnerable to diseases such as mealybugs. Moreover, the extreme cold weather delays the flowering of plants and lowers the berry quality since it dries the berries before maturity. The extreme weather patterns have made coffee prone to diseases that make it difficult and costly for farmers to deal with.
Because of climate change, coffee has had many problems. There was prolonged sunlight, the coffee got many diseases, the leaves fell off and the berries did not increase in size. And when the cold weather came, I used a lot of money to buy chemicals because they got diseases. I tried to apply different chemicals in the field. An agronomist advised us to use different chemicals and the problems increased. We used a lot of money and the coffee production failed.
For another coffee farmer, his production quantity was higher this year, but not of great quality.
This year's coffee, especially in the month of May, most of it was lightweight or poor quality. It was not a good grade because it had been affected by prolonged drought in the month of January and February. The coffee this year was more than last year, but the lightweight coffee was more than last year. Coffee berries dried a lot in the month of July due to extreme cold, and we lost a lot of coffee due to climate change.
To save their production, the coffee farmers have to dig deeper into their pockets for proper management of the trees, such as using foliar fertilizers, mulching to conserve the available moisture, regular pruning of disease-infected branches, and protecting the soil from direct exposure to the sun. After retirement from civil service, Evans Mukono decided to give his all to his coffee farm. He is among the few farmers who have managed to use costly mitigation measures.
The harsh climate will usually affect the coffee when it has nothing to take it from the ground. So we usually use foliar fins to maintain the coffee and have that good standard of the coffee. You cannot use fertilizers, ground fertilizers, since there is no water which can absorb that fertilizer. So in mostly, due to this harsh climate, we use foliar fins.
According to the International Coffee Organization, Kenya is the world's 16th biggest coffee producer with nearly 50,000 metric tons output in 2019. And with the climate crisis looming over Kenya and other parts of the world, the farmers in Kenya, whose coffee production has been disrupted by the changing weather, are at a risk of losing the source of their very livelihood. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.